This is Keyforge.
Hello, welcome to Keyforge. I am Zoc, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. Check out the latest exciting news. Although we were hoping for more this week, we haven't got any yet. We'll see what happens the rest of the week. And then check out there's a bunch of decks that went up for sale. High SAS sales, of course, in fresh marks. So let's jump right in. What's up, Fudginator? Congrats on your NKFL win earlier. I wasn't able to watch because I was at work, but I saw the results and they were impressive. Well done. Okay. Jumping right in. News. Fresh marks. Upcoming streams. News? What news do we have, you say? Well, it was, of course, what happened at Gamma. And there was a couple tweets by Andy Forge and then confirmed by Ghost Galaxy that, oh, we missed the first part, but first, that Winds of Exchange will be coming to retail in July of 23. And Ghost Galaxy confirmed that in-store league kits are coming in the fall and store championship kits coming in 2024. And that, of course, is in addition to the fact that they're targeting shipping the crowdfunding deck starting at the end of the month and starting with English and then going on from there. So this was some of the pictures from Gamma, and you can see their nice package decks in their displays. And it looks like if retailers bought 6 displays of Winds of Exchange, they got a Unchained display free. So this is, I think, really great news. It shows that they are starting the process of getting decks into retailers' hands. And we all know it's going to be a challenge, especially for stores that were burned by Keyforge before, but you have to start somewhere. So, yeah, to me, it's exciting. And we'll have to see how it goes. You can see that they were also showing off the new 2-player starter set, which is pretty cool. And had some just examples of everything. They're showing off their new 2-player mat as well. So good stuff. They're starting to do stuff. I know there's still a lot of demand for OP news, but they got to start someplace. And honestly, I think they need product before they can really kick off OP. So hopefully this gets us closer to having product at stores. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. All right. And it just could be a few weeks before we hear about decks coming from our crowdfunding. We'll have to see. Next up, of course, is Fresh Marks. Got a whole bunch of decks to check out today. And yeah, let's kick it off with W. Collet, Pyromaniac, Pyromancian de Celalake y Ile. 93 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Logo Saurian Shadows. Being sold by 6. No listed price. It's got a Maverick, Fandangle, and Saurian. Yes, this one is being listed again. It was listed a while ago. I guess everybody loved the Maverick's Fandangle, but apparently no takers yet. Maverick Fandangle is totally wild. This also is a Dark Embervolt with 12 mutants, which is pretty nice. Yeah, so that can get wacky. Yeah, this one has a lot of good stuff. It doesn't have any artifact control, and it does have limited creature control, but the Shadows is really nice, and especially with Mind Over Matter, you could play double Bonithing, Rad Penny, double Subtle Auto, and then if you're lucky next turn, put it all in your archive with Mind Over Matter. One last job for some last minute steal, and you got a lot of creatures that you probably don't mind purging with double Gamgee, Mutant Cut Purse, the Bonithings after they steal, the Subtle Autos. I mean, tons of creatures 10 Shadows creatures to feed into that one last job. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Next up, we have Mateo Adams. Mercenary Day, Giant Frith. 91 SAS Worlds Collide deck, Dish Shadow Star Alliance. This is a well-rounded deck. Ketidus, Exhume, Poltergeist, 3 Fates, Double Buzzle, Double Infernus, Double Hidden Stash, too much to protect. Double Bad Penny, that's the double that you didn't want. Triple Stealth Mode. Quixelstone and United Action. Quixelstone with 15 creatures. Comm Officer Kirby, Information Officer Gray, Ingram, Kirkar's Blaster, Light of the Archons. Yeah, this it does have the Skeleton Key, so you can get them off from anything with too much to protect and Skeleton Key if they don't have Steel protection on the board, which may be hard for them to put on the board with Quixelstone. And you have a decent amount of creature control, although what you really like to have in a Quixelstone deck is easy ways to also kill years. You do have the 3 Fates and the Ketidus, and the Kymor Eclipse to put back things like Infernus. So not awful. And if you're early on, before you get the Quixelstone, you can purge a whole bunch of your own creatures with Buzzle. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so no list price. That is Mateo Adams. Also has artifacts in every house, so potentially the United Action could do some work. Next up, we have Nemesis, Alienista di Tesseropoli in 89 South Worlds Collide deck. Logo Saurian Shadows. Wow, this has no list price. This has a lot of artifact control. A Neutron Shark, a Snack Lifter, a Hawk. Some speed, Tau Tau, Igor, Memory Chip, Daughter, Eddie. And maybe a little bit lacking on creature control, but 19 creatures. It's got Tribute, Exile. It's got too much to protect. Yeah. Interdimensional Graft. Spartasaur could probably do some work in this deck. Some good stuff. All right, next up we have Monas Apicultrice Povera, an 88 SAS AOA deck with 35 expected Ember. This is being sold by Rentelong. No listed price. We have a 2-marcher protect, a Bren the Fanatic with 2 life for life, a Miasma, double Nerve Blast, a Swindle, double Gamgee, a Mac the Knife. In logos, we have double Interdimensional Graft. We have Eureka, Standardized Testing, Well Wormhole Memory Chip. Dasania is really nice. A ZYX Researcher is really nice. To archive your Eureka or your Graft or your Standardized Testing or your Dasania after playing it. If this had a helper bot or two, that would have been rocking. And then this has actually got a decent amount of speed as well with the double Library of the Damned and the Yerk. It also has Dust Imp, Key to Dis, double Not Finish with you. Can get that Brend off a few times potentially, or Dasania or ZYX. And Cold a Week. That's a pretty nice looking deck. Lots of Ember generation. 17 raw Ember pips, only 11 creatures though, so you really need good creature control here. Oh, ZYX Researcher on Key to Dis is pretty good too. Cool. Next up, we have Avon, Helpiv Wyvern from the Dreamer Sea, 89 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Dis Logosarian, being sold by Marvig. Oh wait, it's no longer listed for sale. Let's see. Go back. I know this was listed for sale. Ooh, we have a new deck that just came up. Let me see. So this was listed on the 28th. It didn't have a listed price. It was being sold by Marvig. Huh, but it's no longer up. Interesting. We do have another deck that just hit the board. Oh, I think it's one that Red Train opened up and sealed tonight. We'll get there though. So this one's no longer on the board or no longer listed for sale. So we'll move on. Next up is Nawab J. Valville, a 94 SAS Mass Mutation deck. This logo shadows. It's got a buy it now of 850 euros, being sold by a rent-along. Let's see why this is worth 850 euros. I guess 94 SAS. It's got auto encoder, autovac, double mutagenic serum with 7 mutants, a Chronos, but only 2 draw pips for that Chronos. And both of them are on the sack of coins. Let's see, we have a Johnny Longfingers to go with those 7 mutants, double Bonithine, a Borrow, and a Harvest Time for some artifact control, a Rad Penny. We have a Grim Reminder, Maleficorn, Drekker, Effervescent Principle. I'm sure it's great. 94 SAS deck. But I'm not sure if it's 850 euro great. I don't know. Maybe he can send it to me and I can test it out and then I'll tell him how much it's worth. All right, next up, Zombie Archivista di Pugna Labello, an 88 SAS AOA deck. Also being sold by Rented Long, no list price. Also a lot of E on this one. It's got double Ronnie, a Sucker Punch, double Throwing Stars, a Merkins, that's always fun, a Time Traveler in Logos. Nawab is in Gued's NKFL lineup this season? Really? And it's being sold by a rent-along? How does that work? How does that work? That is very weird. Oh, yeah. This is still being sold by Arenta. Huh. Maybe he just sold it to him, but that's a little bit sketchy if you start a season with a deck and sell it right away. It's not really yours anymore. I don't know, that's weird. And we're gonna get to a quick draw deck. What's up, quick draw? Nice to see you. It is unusual. It is unusual. So let's see. The rest of this logo: Time Traveler, Double Igor, Neutron Shark, Wild Wormhole, Stutterkin with the rocket boots, and Bouncing Death Cork is always fun. But no Archimedes or ZYX to pair with some of that, unfortunately. In the disc, we have a Double Dust Imp, Pit Lord, but no way to kill the Pit Lord. Streak, Tesmal, Yurk, Lash of Broken Dreams, Exhume, and Not Finish With You. So you can play Time Traveler a whole bunch of times in this deck. That's pretty cool. It's got pretty limited creature control. You would definitely want a ZYX researcher to archive your Bouncing Death Cork after using it, if you had it. Some okay Ember control, but it looks like you're just wanting to speed your way to a victory here. Okay, next up we have Restoform, the Harbinger of Wisdom, an 85 SAS Mass Mutation deck. This logo's Untamed, triple Fandangle with a Resurgence. Wow, and double Pismire and a Keyfrog and a Lumalu. Not a lot of beasts to go with your Lumalu. Does have a Keyfrog. Also Reclaimed by Nature. Gross Surge to go with those Fandangles. In the logos, we have triple Lethalogica and a Daughter and double Standardized Testing. Triple Titan Engineer. That's an interesting one. And in this, we have double Marketess, Stirring Grave. Stirring Grave goes well with the Lethalogicas. Let's go to Obsidian Forge, Lord Invidious, Snoret Soulkeeper, Bonesaw. It has no list supply price, being sold by Gavin Gogo out of China. That is Restoform. And next up we have Malfoy, Damarino Flutuante, an 87 SAS Worlds Collide deck, Logo Saurian Star Alliance, being sold by Anto 2290. No list price. We have a lot of speed in the logos. Double Tau Tau, triple Wild Wormhole, double Daughter. We have a Tribute and Saurian with a double Imperial Scutum, an Imperium, Axiom, a City-State Interest. In Star Alliance, we have a United Action, a Quintrino Flux, a Kirby, Chief Engineer Walls, Cloaking dongle, quadricorder, sensor Chief Garcia. A somewhat well-rounded deck. Although no artifact control. That is Malfoy, no listed price. Next up, we have Quick Draw's deck. That's right. HI Sacrocycle of the Pretentious Pit, an 85 SAS mass mutation deck. This logo's untamed. Quick Draw has a list price of $200. Buy it now. This also has double Fandangle with a Resurgence and double Lumalu, an Amberspine Mongrel, a Fangtooth Cavern, a Savage Clash. In the logos, we have a Chronos with 5 draw pips. Let's check out the Master Vault to see where they land. None in logos, 2 in Untamed, 3 in Dis. We also have Standardized Testing, Sloppy Lab Work, of course, to match Quick Draw's team. We have Eclectic Inquiry, Bouncing Death Cork, a Q-Max, and in Dis, we of course have the Dark Amber Vault with 9 mutants. We have a Grim Reminder to bring them all back. That's really nice with that Untamed. Double Dominator Bobble, Anguish, Dark Minion, Infernus, Technofiend. Pretty nice disc there. That can be yours for $200. Grim Reminder with Emberlution is good. Oh, very nice. Yeah. I still need to find a deck where I can practice using Emberlution well. Oh, yeah, Quick Draw says this is the best deck he's ever seen. So at $200, that's a steal. And plus, it's saying hi. Hi. Hi, Sacrocycle. Hi. All right. That can be yours for 200. Maybe less. Who knows? Probably not. If it's the best deck Quick Draw's ever seen, then you gotta offer at least 200. There might be multiple people offering 200 right now. You might need to offer more. Double Lumalu. That is pretty sweet. Let's see. Let's check our beast count. We have a Mongrel. So we have 3 beasts in Untamed. Let's see. I think that's it. 3 beasts. But that means both Lumalus can reap for 3. Alrighty, moving on. On to Mira, El La Dorota, a 93 SAS Worlds Collide deck, Logos Saurian Shadows. Also being sold by Arentalong, no listed price. We have a double Eddie, a Titan Guardian, double Wormhole Technician, Hologramophone, double Cutthroat Research with a Legacy ZYX Researcher. We also have the Golden Spiral Cincinnatus Rex combo and Saurian to go with the Imperium, City State Interest, Philophosaurus, Odoac, Ludo, Therocenurion, and Tricerian Legionary. So lots of creatures in Saurian if you can get that combo going off. Let's see, you could archive a few in Logos to set that up, not a ton. But it also has a hidden stash in Shadows. Ooh, Breaker Hills between the Saurians. That would be interesting. Yes, it does have double Breaker Hill. Ronnie Wristclock, Shadow Council, Hawk, no safety in numbers, Hidden Stash, Selwyn the Fence, has some Saurian synergy, and a Dusk Runner. Get a Dusk Runner on the Falaphosaurus. And then Rule of Six it. Alright, that is Mira. Next up, we have Oxybrow Ota Stargazer Singer. And I forgot, what's up, Dinobot? Nice to see you. 92 SAS Mass Mutation deck. Being sold by Joker. No list price. Triple Eclectic Inquiry, Lithologica, Autoencoder, Library Card, a Mutagenic Serum with 6 mutants, a Chronos, and there's 6 draw pips, but none of them are in Logos. Looks like we have at least 3 in Untamed and at least 2 in Star Alliance. One of those cards is doubled up with a Savage Clash. Oh, both Savage Clashes are enhanced. One of them with 2 draw pips. That's kind of funny. We have a triple Armory Officer Nell in Star Alliance, and let's see how many potential upgrades do we have here. We have Blast Shielding, we have double Stealthster, double Explorer Rover, and a Wild Spirit. So if you have all 3 Nells out and somehow have at least these ones in Star Alliance, you could draw 15 cards. That's pretty cool. With the Eclectic Increase and the Autoencoder, you might be able to get a lot of speed out of that, actually. It also has the New Frontiers and Untamed. We have the Dark Harbinger with Word of Returning, Resurgence, Double Mutations, Commune, Key Frog, a Pismire, Techno Beast, and Wild Spirit. And unfortunately, this Key Frog has no way to kill it in Untamed, because there's no creatures that are less than 2 power here. This one definitely looks very interesting in action. 34 speed. It's got a little bit of everything. The autoencoders, the eclectic increase, the library card, the triple Nells. Yeah, this one would be fun to try. A resurgence to bring back your Harbinger and your Pismire or your Key Frog. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, next up we have Key Gator of the Scion's Vents. A 91 sats Worlds Glide deck being sold by Anthony Boygod for $300. It's got Dasania, Double Wow Wormhole, Eddie, Igor, Neutron Shark, Titan Guardian. We have a double Tribute with a double Ludo to protect all that Ember, and with Tertiate, so you could Tribute, put out the Ludo, Tertiate to blow it all away. We also have a Falaphosaurus, a double Axiom, Imperium. We have a triple Hawk, a Hit and Run. Hit and Run isn't super great here, although it could potentially... You have a Bren the Fanatic, so with Hit and Run and Pestering Blow, or Avinda, you could blow up your own Bren the turn that you play it. Also double Yancey Gang, double Inky Gloom. So that is Key Gator. Next up, we saw this one up there before. I don't always list ones that we've seen before, but this one I listed because it went down in price. This is Miss Satyr Bronze, an 89 SAS AOA deck, now listed for $300 by Anthony Boygod. It's a Martian Generosity deck. No key abduction, but it's got a Time Traveler with Graft, Sloppy Lab Work, Archimedes, ZYX Researcher, Helperbot. So you can play that Martian Generosity on Logos and then archive it with ZYX Researcher. In Brobnar, it's got the Ganger Nut combo with Iron Obelisk. Flamethrower is really nice with Iron Obelisk if you or need some extra Ember control to feed into your interdimensional graft. It also has Champion's Challenge and Relentless Assault to set up your Ganger Knot combo. In Mars, besides some Martian Generosity, we have Mars Needs Ember, which is really great with that Flamethrower, Flotsam Spike, Glixel Proliferator, Collector Worm, and exterminate. And double orbital bombardment can really help set up that Mars Needs Ember as well. So, pretty cool deck. Listed price at $300. Next up, we have the overrated Stormcaller of Tullywoods, an 87 SAS Worlds Collide deck, also being sold by Anthony Boygod. Ooh, listed price of $450. That's a bit steep. But what does it have? Double Tau Tau, Universal Keylock, Igor, Neutron Shark, Discombobulator, Interdimensional Graft. It's got triple Odoac the Patrician. It has Tribute, Six Semper, Phalanx Strike, Stomp, Imperium, and in Untamed, it's got double Fangtooth Cavern, Song of the Wild with Ghost Hawk, Imprinted Murmook, and Mustic Murmook. Panpaka Jaga, Regrowth, Nature's Call. Oh, did I miss a Neutron Shark? I forget. So that is the overrated Stormcaller of Tullywoods. Oh, was this in Anthony Boygod's lineup? Interesting. I've seen a lot of NKFL decks that have gone up for sale. You know, Astron has done some. I believe Dick Rowland's done some. Not to mention Anthony Boygod, and then before Gwed. Yeah, I was thinking this might have some good universal keylock tricks as well. Make them go up, then you can either blow it up with Neutron Shark and make them pay with interdimensional graft or cut throat research, or just first do cut throat research, then later make them pay with interdimensional graft. It gives you more time to find your Tribute 6 Semper. Yeah. Triple Odoax is nice. Like the double Fangtooth here. I guess it only has 15 creatures, so maybe you want to play them? Or maybe, yeah, maybe you want to play the Fangtooth anyway? It might depend on the matchup, because the triple Odoac is probably really good versus steel heavy decks, so that's when you discard the Fangtooth and play the Odoax. And versus other decks that are super high on board, you play the Fangtooths. Something like that. I don't know. Alright, next up we have another by Anthony Boygod. We need a translation. This one is listed for $200. It's a Worlds Collide 85 SAS. Let's check the translation. It is The Chatter, Thomas Czar. This logo shadows 17 Ember Pips. It's got an Infernus with Exhume and Not Finished With You. It's got double Gleeful Mayhem. Double Harbinger of Doom, Caller of Subordination, the Evil Eye, Double Cutthroat Research, Double Tau Tau Vapors, Remote Access Candle Unit, Daughter, a Data Forge. That's right. We have Hawk, Chimor Eclipse, Double Mug, Bren the Fanatic. Spike Trap goes really well with Bren the Fanatic. Long Fuse Mines, J-Vinda and A-Vinda, and Dusk Runner. And Obulette as well. Lots of creature control here. I also like with the two Harbingers that you can get them off with the Gleeful Mayhems. That's pretty nice. It's got the Hawk and the remote access for artifact control. The Data Forge. Yeah, that's a super high creature control score. All right. Next up, we have Seasonal Willa of the Tower, an 85 SAS Worlds Collide deck. Logos, Shadows, Star Alliance. Also being sold by Anthony Boygod, lesser price of $150. And what do we got? We have double Kirby, double Too Much to Protect, double Ronnie, double Information Exchange. This one likes to steal. And it likes to steal no matter what house you're calling. Because the Kirbys can play all that too. Or at least the Too Much to Protect and the Information Exchange. Speaking of information, we also have Information Officer Gray. Double Light of the Archons, Molina, Uncharted Lands, Stealth Mode, Double Red Alert, Quintrino Flux, Key Forgery. Oh, Key Forgery wrecked me versus JDG. Key of Darkness, Hunter or Hunted, Tau Tau Vapors, Entropic Swirl, Cutthroat Research. Center Chief Garcia would be nice. Off of one Kirby, you get the Too Much to Protect, and off the other Kirby, you get the Information Officer Exchange. Yeah, Key Forgery, I always read it before I do anything with it, because I agree, it is confusing. Win! And look at all the text on it, too. When your opponent would forge a key, that player names a house. Reveal a random card from your hand. If that card is not of the named house, destroy Key Forgery and they do not forge a key. No ember is spent. Alright, that is Seasonal Willa of the Tower. $150. Yeah, 13 creatures with 2 red alerts. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not sure how I feel with it either, because you definitely want to get value out of your Kirby's, Ronnie's, Gray's. Daughter. Maybe you don't care that much about the rest, but 2 red alerts, they won't go super far. Contrino Flux is nice, so too. Yeah, I don't know what to feel about that one. I would have to play it to get a feel for that. The Logos is kind of disappointing. Shadows is really inflated because of all the steel cards. You're probably not getting that much value out of the Too Much to Protects. Wow, that's a super high Star Alliance score. But only 4 Star Alliance creatures? This is the deck that we would love to keep going Star Alliance. Okay, next up we have Olympia, Paladina, Delantro, Akiayo. I have no idea. A 90 cents coda being sold by Dick Rowland. No lesser price. We have a library access phase shift double wild wormhole deck with double mother, time traveler, lab work, and graft. A really sweet logos. Achayo. Okay, thank you. really sweet logos here. And in Mars, we have the battle fleet to go with that library access phase shift play. Orbital landing, orbital bombardment, soft landing, squawker, combat pheromones, grabber jammer, tunk, marauder, bolter. Doubles as a mini is pretty nice for archiving to set stuff up. And in this, we also have the Arise with double Pit Demon, double Succubus, Master of 3, Control the Weak, double Fear, Poltergeist, Gateway of Dis. This one looks interesting to play too. It's like the Logos version of one of those previous decks, although not quite as speedy, but lots of speed with the Logos. And if you get those phase shifts and wild wormholes at the right time and the battle fleet at the right time, this could just go nuts. But if it doesn't, then it's probably not looking like a 90s S deck. Alright. Next up, we have Glotus il Prezioso, Geologo del Oceano, a 90 SAS mass mutation deck, Dis Shadows Star Alliance, with a listed price from Dick Rowland of 500 euros. In the Star Alliance, we have a triple Subject Kirby and a Transporter platform, also a Tachyon Pulse. In Shadows, we have a Bonithing, a Borrow, a Dark Wave, a Ransack, Shadowsmith, Double Opportunist, Shoulder Id, and in Dis, we have Gateway to Dis, Double Markadis, a Ritual of Tognath, a Double Infernus, a Double Brabble, and a Grim Reminder to bring a whole bunch of stuff back. 17 Ember Pips, 10 speed with the Kirby's and the Lay of the Land. Not a ton of creature control. Really, it's got the Gateway, and most of the rest of the stuff is not super exciting. So this one probably would die to a big board. And then last deck of the night, it just got listed while we were streaming from Red Train, a 92 SAS Worlds Collide deck, Petulant Preston of the Forum. It's a Worlds Collide deck, Logo Saurian Star Alliance, Triple Eddy, Neutron Shark, Seismo Entangler, Memory Chip, Tau Tau Vapors, Triple Information Exchange, Cutler Research. Also, Triple Quintrino Flux, a Double Tribute Exile, Axiom of Grist, Double Ludo, Reader Gallum, Quest for Jarda, Double Senator Strix, and Double Comm Officer Kirby, a Peace Accord, Lay of the Land, Double Explorer Rover, First Officer Frayne. No list price on this one. 17 speed. Only 7 printed Ember, but 17 expected Ember. Definitely has the Double Tribute Exile combo, which probably bumps that up a little bit. Good creature control, and lots of Ember control. Yes, an interesting deck for sure. All right. That is Petulant Preston. Newly listed within the last 40 minutes. Okay. And that's all we got for new sales from the week. Going back to upcoming streams, we have episode 2 of Zocktails coming next week on Thursday at 7:30 Pacific with the one and only Zach Armstrong from Call of Discovery. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. Everybody's excited. Even Christian T. Peterson.
This is Keyforge.
Yes, and also coming up, we were hoping actually to have ABR match tonight. Didn't happen. So we're going to be playing Dr. Sheep and Sealed Alliance for ABR sometime. Don't know when. And then our NKFL match versus Not Tonight is going to be Sunday morning, roughly 9:30 or 10 Pacific is the plan. Oh yeah, Dr. Sheep's on your team. Let's see. Yeah, I think you went 1-1 versus us, right, Dinobot? It's so far I think it's a close round. Every match counts. So I gotta beat Dr. Sheep. We'll see. We'll see. See what he's rolling with the good old AOA Sealed Alliance. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. That's a stream. And y'all have yourselves a wonderful night or day or wherever you're at. And as always, forge responsibly. Have a good one, everyone. See you later.